Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 1UP Nitro National Series Knoxville Raceway main event. This 75-lap race around Knoxville Raceway's esteemed half-mile of dirt. You're not going to want to miss a second of what's about to come because it's all full of high-octane action for you to bear witness to. History's in the making right here. Alongside me in the booth, like we had during the heats, is Justin Hutchinson, a four-time winner in the 1UP Superstar Series. You've got plenty of experience winning on asphalt, but this dirt, it's a new experience for almost everybody in the field. What do you got to think is the biggest factor in adapting to this racetrack and getting yourself set up for the victory here tonight?
Well, what we've seen in the heat races is the bottom line is the fastest, so you're going to want to get there, but everyone's not going to be able to run down there. So it's going to be interesting to see if that high line ever gets going, and will drivers in the back like Alex get back to the front, or even in 10th, Elijah Ironhouse, will he be able to make it up to the front?
Looking at the starting lineup now, we set our lineup through 4 heat races, which we brought to you yesterday. And right now, we can tell you that our 4 heat winners, Ryan Caggiano, Brett Bishop, Devin Fair, and Zachary Bilson, will start this main event 1, 2, 3, 4 on the racetrack, followed by Kenneth Grant with second in Heat 1. He will round out the top 5. But we've got some big names in championship contending rides starting deep in the field. Like you said, Alex Verget-Berube in the 3, starting back in 17th, Alexa Lutch in 20th, Keon Daly, Nicky Martinez starting outside the top 25. And we just got a lot of big names starting deep in the field. What do you think they're going to have to do in order to get to the front of this field? Stick to the bottom and try and hope for the best, or are you going to try to experiment throughout these 75 laps, see what works best for your car?
From what I've seen, it's going to be stick to the bottom, and you're just going to want to ride with that guy in front of you until he exploits the guy in front of him and kind of moves them up high. You know, you just got to pick them off one by one.
And with that being said, the cars are lined up on the grid, and we're ready to bring you 75 laps of action around Knoxville Raceway. You're not going to want to miss a second. As we said before, the green flag is next for the Nitro National Series Knoxville main event. The playoffs are about to get underway, and the green flag is next. Stay tuned, folks. You won't want to miss a second. 75 laps in front of us, Ryan Caggiano and Brett Bishop are ready to lead us to the green flag, which is in the flagman's hand coming off of turn 4. The green flag is out, and the Knoxville main event is underway. We've got Ryan Caggiano jumping out to an impressive lead once again, but this time Devin Fair is going to stick right to his inside. We might see a lead change already as soon as lap 1 in this race, because man is Devin Fair fast on that inside.
Yeah, Devin Fair just took it straight to the bottom there with some aggression, and you still got Caggiano holding the outside, though. We haven't seen that. Is he going to be able to continue? I
don't think he is, because Devin Fair has already cleared the 81 coming off of turn 2, and now you can see them kicking up a lot of dust up in that ultra-high line. The whole field roaring off of turn 4. Devin Fair, your new race leader, his first lap's led since his race win back in Pittsburgh, another short track, but that one was paved. This one's all dirt, and Devin Fair is proving that asphalt or dirt, it doesn't matter to him. As long as it's a short track, he will excel. And right now, he leads lap number 4 ahead of Ryan Caggiano and Kenneth Grant, who's made his way up into the top 3 now.
Yeah, to me, I've noticed that if you run up there on the high side, your tires, your rear end kind of drags, so you kick up all that dirt. You can't get the speed the guy on the bottom does.
But right now, Keith Hughes and Kenneth Grant in a side-by-side battle. These are teammates, remember, for ZD Autosport. That team may not return in its current form next year, so keep an eye out for that. But Brett Bishop, who started second in this race, dropped back to 5th. He's now working on Grant for 4th, as we're already 6 laps into this main event, and Devin Fair's got about a half-second lead over Caggiano in the 81, but right now Devin Fair is just enjoying a very comfortable lead, and he feels right at home here at Knoxville.
Yeah, and one of our heat winners, Bilson, he's fell way out of the top 10. I think he's running in the top 15, but still, he started up there in 4th.
Yeah, not a good start for the rookie driver making his first series start, Zachary Bilson. But he'll have another shot to get it done at South Boston later in the season. Actually, I'm not sure when Bilson is going to make his next start. I know he's going to make one more. It may well come at the .4 mile short track in Virginia, but we'll double check on that and get back to you as things stand right now. But we're on lap number 9 right now. Devin Fair continues to lead the way, and it appears that they may be slowing on the racetrack for something. But Devin Fair continues to roll his way through 3 and 4, coming off of 4 right now, and it looks like he will start lap number 10 with a similar sized lead, 0.4 of a second, and right now it's just a matter of time before he catches up to the tail end of the field, and that's when the action really happens, as it looks like we have caution on the racetrack for the first time all weekend long, because right now, look, the yellow lights are on. Yes, the caution flag is out. First caution of the day on lap number 10. I wonder where this came from. We'll, of course, get you a replay of what happened as soon as we can get one to you, but of course, this is not at all what these guys wanted to see. As I see one car smoking up ahead, it must be one of those cars. As John McFadden gets by the pace car here, we'll take a look and see which car this impacted, but right now, looks like Alex Verget-Perub was one of the cars involved, critically one of the championship favorites. He's way back in the pack.
Yeah, that is not what Alex wanted to see there. And that's tough when you start in the middle of the pack. You always got to look out for that.
It looks like, hate to interrupt, but it looks like there's a car on pit road with some significant damage, and it looks like the 66 of Robert Weaver making his series debut in the DirecTV Chevrolet for Robbers Racing. He's got some significant damage on the right side and on the nose. We'll find what happened to Weaver and the rest of the field now. So here is Robert Weaver, and he might make contact with his fellow rookie driver, Jonathan Lawson, going up. Oh, that's exactly what happens. Ooh, and a big contact between Nicky Martinez and Alex Verget-Perub. Their days are significantly impacted from this, but it looks like Robert Weaver's day is done on lap 9, and so, too, is the day for Jonathan Lawson. Both drivers making their series debuts. Heartbreak for them, but both drivers will return at South Boston Speedway, and both will have a chance to race again there. But unfortunately for them, their races and their one-up Nitro National Series debuts come to an early end here on lap number 9 of 75. Weaver is out. Lawson is out. But the rest of the field is still hanging tough. We've got 39 cars left in this race. All of them are on the lead lap. And Devin Fair is going to lead us back once we have the restart, which will come in the 1 lap's time. It'll be Devin Fair ahead of Ryan Caggiano and Brett Bishop to restart this race on lap 16 of 75.
Well, Devin Fair showed the strength so far. He started 3rd among the heat winners, and he went straight to the front. So, is he going to be able to stay there?
We'll see, because Ryan Caggiano has got a fast car as well. And how about Keon Daly in the 52? He started 26th in this race. He's already gained 20 spots on the racetrack in just 10 laps. He's already up to the 6th spot in that Arby's Toyota. As the green flag flies, we're back underway at Knoxville, and Devin Fair is enjoying a comfortable lead again, but Ryan Caggiano's making a move to the inside like Fair did to him in the opening stages of this race. This will be an interesting move for position right here.
Caggiano holding it on the inside here. Let's see if that high side will stick. No, Caggiano's going back to the lead.
Ryan Caggiano takes the lead on lap number 17, put the 81 back in the lead of this race. And I was mentioning a moment ago, a lot of drivers making big gains compared to where they started. Sam Donotto started 15th in this race. He's all the way up to 3rd now. And Keon Daly, like I mentioned before, started 26th, and he's now right up in the top 5 here in that 52 Arby's Toyota. He is the biggest mover of the race, bar none, and I believe he'll be a serious contender once this is all said and done, because he's flying through this field.
Yeah, the 52 running 5th from back in, starting in 20th some position. He is not the sleeper anymore, folks. He is awake, and he is here.
And he's up to 3rd position, about a second off the pace of his teammate Ryan Caggiano. He's got 1 car in between himself and the lead. Will Keon Daly make a move for the lead, or will he hang back and let Ryan Caggiano boost his championship chances? Somehow, I doubt that the latter will happen, because these guys are racers. They're determined to get the best finish they can for their race team. Even if the 81 and the 52 are for the same organization, I can imagine these guys will be battling it out nonstop for their race win. It would be Daly's first, but for Ryan Caggiano, it would be his third win of the season and his second in a row.
Looks like Daly got caught a little high there, and it allowed Sam Donato to pull back in. And on the bottom, Donato is going to be able to make a pass here on Daly.
He's going to give it a try anyway, but it looks like Daly will be able to hold off the 00 for the time being. As we cross to start lap 23 of 75. We're almost a third of the way through this race already. Time flies when you're having a good time at Knoxville. And these drivers in the Nitro National Series are giving the fans one hell of a show. These guys are putting on for the fans here in the stands. As right now, Donato does make a move on Keon Daly for third position. Will Donato get it from the 52 driver? It looks like he will, coming off of turn 2. Donato back up in the third place.
Yeah, and one thing I kept talking about during the heats is which driver is going to, have the biggest gap in the heat win from first to second. And it was Ryan Caggiano, and he's showing it right now with almost a second lead here.
Here comes Keon Daly in the 52, back on Sam Donato. This is another battle for third, and it looks like Daly will take the spot back from the 00 of Sam Donato. So move the 52 back up in the third place, but they're falling behind Ryan Caggiano when they continue to battle like this. So they really need to put the differences aside and start focusing on the two cars out in front, Devin Fair and Ryan Caggiano. Because right now, they're starting to pull away a little bit, but Daly's starting to prove that he's got a little bit left in him.
Yeah, these guys were just pulling slide jobs out here on each other like it's a video game, and now Daly's done pulled away, and he's looking on Devin Fair right now for second. He's starting to pull into that second place spot. He's our biggest gainer tonight. Will he be able to give Ryan Caggiano a run for his money?
I imagine it'll be very possible, especially once these guys catch the lap traffic at the back end of the field. These guys are going to be very fast compared to the guys at the back. And Ryan Caggiano, I imagine, once he catches lap traffic, he'll be a lot slower than Fair and Daly and Donato and Bishop and all these cars right behind him. Because right now, it just looks like that Keon Daly is the fastest car on the racetrack, and it'll only be a matter of time before this 52 car catches up, because you can see John McFadden in 39th position, only about a straightaway ahead of Ryan Caggiano. So the 81 is going to start catching lap traffic here shortly, and we are, and as loyal viewers of this series know, lap traffic is often the deciding factor in who wins these races.
Yeah, I'm sitting up here in the booth for the first time ever, and I'm just loving this dirt. And I might have to build a third car next season just to get out here and try it once. I mean, it just looks awesome.
But right now, it's Ryan Caggiano enjoying a 0.7 of a second lead over Devin Fair. Keon Daly's closing the gap. It's down to 1.25 seconds. He's got to get by Devin Fair first, and I believe he'll be able to do that fairly easily, because Fair is not really gaining at all on these guys. We look back through the rest of the field, see where your favorite driver is running. And you mentioned Zachary Bilson earlier. He's fallen all the way back to the 31st position. That is a dreadful effort from the 18 car, who's running for the Owners' Championship. That'll be a big hole for them to fall in. It looks like Bilson did just get around Mark Davey to move up into the 30th position. That is still not where that 18 team wants to be.
Yeah, I think Bilson had a mechanical issue at the start or something. He just dropped all the way back. And like you said, he's just now starting to gain a little bit ground back. But it's just too late in this race to try to gain ground back from way back there.
We only have 40 laps remaining in this race, checking in on the fastest lap. Earl Sear in the 6 holds that with 17.3. And right now, though, he is mired deep in the field as Ryan Caggiano continues to slaughter this field. We're closing in on half distance here at Knoxville. But, man, it's just going to be very interesting to see who can hang on to win this race. Because right now, deep further back, you can see it. The battle between Fair and Daly is getting tighter. And it looks like Keon Daly is actually going to get past Devin Fair right here. So move the 52 up into second place. He's got about half the race to make up a second's gap to Ryan Caggiano. Can he do it in that amount of time?
I think Keon Daly is primed to win this race. He has made so much ground. He just went around Devin Fair like it was not fair, okay?
But he only gained a couple hundredths there on that last lap. He needs to gain more than that if he wants to challenge for the win. Of course, he might be saving his stuff for when Caggiano gets caught behind the lap traffic, because trust me, folks, he will be caught up in the lap traffic at some point in time in this race. But right now, he's enjoying about a full second lead over Keon Daly, who gained another tenth on that lap. He's getting closer ever so slightly, and I imagine we'll have a battle between teammates for this race win before it's all said and done.
Yeah, I don't think the lap traffic is going to be that bad, but if you get shuffled up, then it's going to be bad, because the guy behind you is going to gain a tremendous amount of time, and you don't want to be stuck up there in that high line.
Absolutely. It's almost like a Martinsville in that sense. You don't want to be caught up high when you can hug the bottom and just run your line. And right now, you can see the lap traffic in the distance for Ryan Caggiano. They're less than half a straightaway ahead now. So the 81 is catching these guys, the first of which looks like it'll be one of the Sol Speed cars. And it looks like it'll be David Dixon in the 88 making his final Nitro National Series start here tonight. As it looks like Alexa Lushon's got a problem. She's heading to pit road. These cars can make it the entire race distance without pitting. So Alexa Lushon must have a serious problem to bring her to pit road. This is going to cripple her championship hopes right out of the gate here.
It's sad to see for Alexa Lushon running in the championship, but another thing for Ryan Caggiano is running up there up front. You know, it's been smooth sailing, it's been clear. Now you're going to get all that dust in your face, all that dirt.
That is true. These lap cars are going to kick up a lot of dust from the racing surface, and that's going to get caught on your windshield, and more importantly, it's going to get caught in your grill. So you don't want to overheat your car. That might be what happened to Alexa Lushon to end her day early. So Ryan Caggiano's got to be really careful about this. He doesn't want to suffer the same fate as the 50 car. He's just got to get around these lap cars really smoothly and hope that his teammate in the 52 doesn't catch him before that happens.
So we're going to see probably the move of the race here in about 2 laps. Once Ryan Caggiano catches these lap cars, can Keon Daly key in and get to that back bumper and make a move on the bottom?
Yes, because Ryan Caggiano has now caught David Dixon in the 88, and unfortunately for Dixon, his final series start will not be a good one. He is about to go a lap down here to Ryan Caggiano, running in the 38th position on the racetrack. He's the last car in the lead lap for the time being, but I just imagine that Ryan Caggiano is going to have a very easy time getting around this 88, and sure enough, he does get around the 88 of Dixon and move Caggiano ahead of another car. That provides a buffer between himself and his teammate Daly in the 52. But I imagine that Daly is just going to gain a lot of ground really quickly, because if there's anyone who can pass cars at this racetrack, it's this 52 car.
Yeah, now the 52 wants to be able to get around these lap cars faster than the 81 did. So as you see here coming on the straightaway, they're getting closer. It looks like the 52 has gained some time.
Oh, he's gained a lot of time because the 81 got caught up high. Look at the gap. It's gone down by about half a second in 1 lap's time. Now, Daly's going to make a move on Ryan Caggiano, I think, going into turn 3 here. Make a move. Oh, it's just going to be oh so close, but I think going into turn 1, he's going to get his teammate here. Keon Daly going for the lead with 25 laps to go here at Knoxville. And the 52 has done it. He's taken the lead. Now, can he hold on to it for the final 25 laps of this race?
Well, I would assume he can hold on to it. He's done past, I think, about 23 cars to get to where he's at right now. And Ryan Caggiano is just like, oh my goodness, why is not my car this good?
But right now, he's got to fend off a hungry Devin Fair behind him, because the 01 is closing in with these lap cars playing interference. As Keon Daly clears John McFadden to put him a lap down. Now he closes in on Chris Lattimore in the 47. Eric Monaco's just ahead of them. He'll go a lap down at some point. And man, these lap cars, they're never easy to pass, but I especially think, yeah, the dirt track like this, it's going to be really tough to get around the lap traffic here.
Yeah, Daly getting close right there with the 47 in the corner. I thought it was going to be a catastrophe. And he gets smoothly around him. I don't know if anyone's got anything for this 52. He's just showed dominance coming through the field, and there's no letting up at this point.
Yeah, he's taken the lead, and there's only 20 laps to go. What can Keon Daly do to win this race? He's never won in the 1-Up Racing Series before. He's come close a couple times, but not yet found the keys to victory lane. Could it come on the dirt here at Knoxville? He's only 20 laps away from that happening. And right now, as he comes down the back straightaway going into turn 3, the next car on his list is Eric Monaco in the 73 to try and put him a lap down. Monaco is the highest driver in points without a top 10 finish. That he will not gain one of those unless something insane happens in the final 20 or so laps of this race, because right now he's about to go a lap down deep in the pack to Keon Daly. And now the 52's gap over his teammate is about 3/4 of a second. And it actually could be growing even more. It is 0.8 of a second now between the 52 and the 81.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we haven't seen just one yellow, if there's going to be another caution, because I would assume there to be more cautions on a dirt track. These racers have done a magnificent job.
And how about this for surprises? Jared Jackson and Alex Verget-Berube are about to go a lap down to Keon Daly in the 52. We did not expect this going into Knoxville. That the championship favorite, Alex Verget-Berube, would have so much trouble in this race, and now he's about to go a lap down to one of his championship competitors in the 52. This is quite a surprise. I did not expect this when we came through the gates here to start the weekend.
Yeah, Keon Daly is getting this championship series set right now. If he can close out a win here, it's going to be awesome, because this is, I think, the only dirt track on the schedule, if I'm not mistaken, and he just crossed it out like it was nothing.
If he's so good on the dirt, imagine how good it'll be when we return to the asphalt in a couple weeks' time. But right now, Keon Daly is on pace to get his first career win. He has lapped Alex Verget-Berube. He has lapped Mark Davey, winner of 2 races this season. He just lapped 2 cars that have a combined 4 wins this season. That is an incredible feat for Keon Daly to achieve. Of course, he achieved it through others' misfortune, perhaps. But right now, he's coming up to lap Jared Jackson, Autumn Koger's right there, and Kyle Corbett as well. These guys have got to start racing each other hard to try and stay on the lead lap here, because Keon Daly is coming in a big hurry. We're closing in on 10 laps to go from Knoxville.
Yeah, Keon's running away with it. You seen Caggiano, he dominated his heat race and ran away with it, but I don't think he's got nothing for his teammate right now. As his teammate goes to pass another car, Keon Daly just showing the dominance right now in that Kool-Aid car.
And right now, he's going to put another championship contender, Jared Jackson, a lap down. And look right ahead of him, Christian Russell in that 26. He's also a contender for the title, and he's also about to go a lap down. So these cars that he's lapping, these are very good cars. It's not like they're back markers like the first few were. These guys are title contenders, and he's just breezing past them like they're nothing. So right now, as we're coming to 9 laps to go in this race, Keon Daly is just setting sail. He's got almost 2-second lead. It's down to 1.5 now, but he's still got a massive lead over his teammate, and I just don't think that Caggiano is going to be able to catch back up unless something disastrous happens to this 52.
Yeah, the 52 is showing promise, but he's going up high right now. He needs to get back down low. Jackson's going to go underneath him and maybe force him up there in that high line.
Yeah, Daly needs to get into his groove again. He knows the race is almost over. He knows that he's going to win this race unless something insane and catastrophic or something similar happens. But right now, it's Keon Daly controlling the way, but his lead is shrinking. It's down to a second over Brian Caggiano, and Devin Fair is still in the mix as well in that 0-1, so don't count either of them out yet. If Daly keeps getting held up by this traffic, we've got 6 laps to go now.
Yeah, it looks pretty smooth sailing. You got Jackson. Jackson fought him a little bit. Caggiano, you just can't make up anything with these lap cars. You know, you're on the short track, it's dirt, you're sliding around, you got guys everywhere right now. It's hard to make ground.
That is true. We've got 5 laps to go now from Knoxville. Keon Daly just got to navigate 5 more laps, 2.5 miles, and victory is his. Just 2 miles away from victory for the first time in his career. 4 laps to go. and he's just lapped Christian Russell to put him a lap down. He's lapped a quarter of the playoff field already.
We got a pretty solid run from the 92. Started 18th, young. He's doing good up there in 10th.
He seems to be a top 10 machine as of late, clicking off top 10s even when they don't seem probable. So don't count him out of this championship hunt at all, even though he's only probably going to finish in 10th place here today. He's going to have a very strong championship hunt, I imagine. We have 2 laps to go now from Knoxville.
I think the biggest surprises of this race was definitely Keon Daly and Bilson, for me, just falling back. And I thought Elijah Ironhouse was going to have a real good run tonight. He didn't do that good, but Keon Daly is the man of the hour right now. Let's go.
White flag in the air, one more time around from Knoxville, and Keon Daly's on pace to score his first career win, and it couldn't come at a better time. Coming through 3 and 4 for the final time with the American flag displayed in the background. Keon Daly comes off turn 4 and takes his first career Nitro National Series win at Knoxville Raceway. Devin Fair comes home second ahead of Ryan Caggiano in third. Brett Bishop will get his playoffs off to a good start in fourth, ahead of Felix Anderson rounding out the top 5. Zachary DeLello, a good run for him on the short tracks, in 6th, ahead of Sam Donato in 7th. Zach Rogers, 8th, Keith Hughes, 9th, and Dylan Young, as you said, rounds out the top 10 in the 10th position after a wild race at Knoxville that you just never know when you come to the dirt. It's a big equalizer, and we just saw a driver come from 26 on the grid in just 75 laps time, find his way to victory lane. How in the world did he manage to pull that off?
Just consistency. I mean, he just threw my picks out the window. I picked one of the 4 heat winners, and Keon Daly just took it tonight. He was the man of the hour, like I said a little bit ago. He is the man of the moment right now in these playoffs. Keon Daly, you better watch out for him.
And next week, we head from one equalizer to another. We head to Armory Digital Super Speedway for our final Super Speedway race of the season. We hope you'll join us for the Nitro National Series at Armory Digital. You're not going to want to miss it. For a lot of free wide action. The big one could strike at any moment. You're not going to want to miss that. Coming in 1 week's time. So from Justin Hutchinson and from myself as well, we're saying goodbye from Knoxville Raceway and offering our biggest congratulations to Keon Daly, who scored his first career Nitro National Series win and gets his playoffs off to the best start he possibly could with a win here on the dirt at Knoxville Raceway, the sprint car capital of the world.